Hello, everybody. Your comments were so nice about our decision chat. Sometimes you're not sure how people will react. Whether they'll take it as educational or button in. You never know. But it's something we face, and we face it every day. Joe made a decision today that he'd been kind of, wasn't sure which way to go on, and we have one of those, they're like almost like a big old tent garage. Excuse me. And the tarp part, it got to the point where it just wasn't usable anymore. We had it for quite a while. But he finally made a decision today to just go ahead and get, instead of getting a whole new thing or something else, he just ordered the top that it needed. It's not just seaweed tonight. It's also going to be a turtle. We're going to do a turtle. I'm going to do a little more coral, and then we're going to do a green sea turtle, I guess is how they're pronounced. I need some orange. Okay. Now, what does seaweed do for the ocean? Exactly what plants do for us on the earth. They give oxygen, and then that's what the fish are able to breathe through their gills, is the oxygen given off by the seaweed. So everything has its unique properties that are needed by something else. Okay. Looks like it might still be a little sticky, so I'm going to have to be careful. I'm going to start with the turtle's head. Now, the way it's, with the green sea turtle, the way it is, its head is shaped, it's got kind of a hawk bill, they call it. And because of that, it's able to, I'll have to do something to make that, separate that. But it's able to get its head into different places in the coral reef to get food. They mainly eat seaweed, which is green, and that tends to make it, and that is the reason why its cartilage and its fat is green, but it's not the reason why its shell is green. Its shell is just green. It's just what nature gave it, and what it's kind of like, if all your ancestors had green hair, likely you'd have green hair. Maybe I'll make the bottom a little darker just to kind of set it off. Something about sea turtles that is different than other turtles, like land turtles, is that they cannot pull their heads back in, or their flippers back into their heads, or into their shells. They don't pull their flippers in either. Their back flippers, should have made that darker. I'll come back and do something about that after. The back flippers, they use kind of like rudders for determining what direction they're going. Don't ask me how they do that, I just read it. It does make sense. I mean, if you've ever been in a boat and you know how the rudders work, usually it's a single thing, but on the turtle. But they can be very fast in the water. So they're not exactly easy to catch. Now, here's something interesting that I didn't know before. We know that sea turtles or whatever, they do go to sandy beaches and dig nests in the sand, and they can lay up to 100 to 200 eggs at a time. And they might do that a few times. They may do that a few times. And how the sex of the turtle is determined is by the temperature of the sand. Is that weird or what? If it's a cooler temperature, chances are they're going to, if the sand is in cooler temperatures, it's going to produce males. If it's in warmer temperatures, it's going to produce females. Now, I'll look that up again, but I think it's right. If it's in an area where the temperature varies from time to time, then they can be either male or female. It'll produce both. So, I thought that was kind of not just interesting, but cute. It's just kind of a funny, it's not funny to them. They know what they're doing, but and why do things have to be so much harder for us? But yeah, she might lay several clutches. Oh, they're all called, the nest is called a clutch, or the bunch of eggs. They're called a clutch. And then when they hatch, all the little ones, all the little baby ones, might take a few days to dig their way out of the sand. But once they get out, they get straight for the water, straight for the ocean. And those that are able to survive and not be gobbled up by some fish, they will get to, they can become very old and they can get very big. So I'm going to put some little fishies in here. I hope he's cute. I think he is. And let's put one. Let's put a bigger one over here. I've lost my, I don't know where to put it. I'm going to put it here. If it'll show up. Let's see, I'm going to put just one of these colored in here. I'm going to put him in here. He's that fish that hides. I think this fish is a little too big for him, but they hide in there and then they pop out when they see something they want to grab and eat. It's got gills back there, but we just don't see them. Yes. There it is. I hope you like it. I hope you like the little fishies that I added. Hopefully you can see them. But a lot of times they hide down in there because their colors do blend in, and it helps them to avoid their predators. So they call a nest of turtles. It'll have like in the sand. They'll use their back legs and they'll dig that. And then they'll lay their eggs in that hole that they make, or that nest, and then they'll bury them back in there. And when the little ones hatch, they will crawl out, and it might take them a day or two to get out. Once they do, they head straight for the ocean. And the mother might lay some every couple of weeks in different places. So anyway, but okay, this is our undersea world with our turtle and our coral. It's kind of a pretty place to be. There. I love all of you. Mwah. That'll cover more of you. We'll see you tomorrow. I love all of you. Do take care of yourselves. Go out, smile, and wave at someone, and give them that smile, especially, because they might decide to pick that up. Well, talk to you later. Good night.